Elections in Ghana are over. Ghana has elected a new president. The transfer of power is being planned. The aftermath of Ghana's elections 2016 is on Focus on Ghana next. There is a clear feel of relief within every Ghanaian as the country's elections are over. There is a sense of anticipation within the people as the country prepares to see the transfer of power from the old to the new order. Hello, welcome to another edition of Focus on Ghana, the program that discusses the African story from the Ghanaian perspective. And we are having 2016 election special for the Republic of Ghana. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo of the New Patriotic Party is the president-elect of the Republic of Ghana. He polled 53.8% of the total votes cast during the 7th December elections. As per the Presidential Transition Act 2012, Act 845 of the Republic of Ghana, within 24 hours of the election results being declared, there should be a presidential transition team formed. This has been done and the process is ongoing. Focus on Ghana in this edition is going to have a discussion of the aftermath of the elections in Ghana. And with me in discussion are Andy Owusu of the New Patriotic Party. His smile shows a lot of confidence in that.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Well, next to him we have Audu Sani, London South organizer for the National Democratic Congress. Commiserations, I should say.
Thank you.
And next and very close to me is Kofi Ali, an ECOWAS activist. Kofi, thank you very much once again for coming. Now, gentlemen, we're going to look at the elections, the results, the aftermath, things that are happening in Ghana, the pride that every Ghanaian is so much wearing and getting people to feel that, yes, democracy is equal to Ghana and Ghana is equal to democracy. Viewers, you can join us on the telephone line 0207 501 7701. The number again, 0207 501 7701. Or you can still go on to the Voxafrica Facebook page, leave your comment there, we'll pick them up and have a discussion on that. Well, I'll start straight away and ask you, Andy, you have just returned from Ghana. You went to observe the elections, or did you go to vote?
I did all. I went to campaign, I went to vote, I went to monitor the vote, I went to collate, and I went to make sure our president-elect was indeed elected as the president of the Republic of Ghana. I must say, though, that good evening to your viewers, and you can see I'm very excited and elated because...
Well, we're getting your experiences from Ghana. But let me find out from you. You stayed back. You were with us here in the UK.
Yes.
How was the feeling like? Do you feel disappointed that your party is lost, even though you were in power?
Very much, because that was not our expectations. Going forward, before I go forward, I would like to say good evening to the viewers yes. And also I would like to say congratulations to NPP for winning the election.
Well, and Kofi Ali, you were with me when the results were being declared, and beyond that, we have had several reactions. A lot of things have taken place. Having reflected, how do you feel?
Well, the clear expression of the great people of Ghana is heard. And I think it's an achievement to all of us. Because for the first time, we've been able to have an election in which Ghanaians have spoken. Right. And from what we could all see, I think democracy really has come to stay. Because we can see people who appear to know what they want. And indeed, they express themselves. And this is what we need. We need more of that.
Right.
People should be able to
now, let me take you down to Ghana, and we have a feel of what the people have expressed right after the elections being declared. And Nana Addo declared the winner. Let's go back to Ghana.
I know Nana Akufo-Addo is a man of integrity. He will do it. He will do it. MPP is a good party, and Nana Akufo-Addo is a blessed man. Forget about the enemies. I knew he was going to win. Yeah, I knew that because
We didn't see anything in the old government, so I know this new government will do something meaningful.
I'm looking forward to Nanado honoring his promise. I also pray for God's strength and guidance for him. Schools and roads are expected. If there are no jobs, how can people access education and health? If national health insurance is not working, how can we go to the hospital? If you don't have money to go to the hospital, you would die. I pray the Lord to be with Nana Akufo-Addo.
Nana Akufo-Addo would perform beyond people's expectations. He will be a better president than John Mahama.
Some politicians are bad and others are very good. The reason is they all give promises. But for instance, President John Mahama is a man of his word. What he said he would do, he has done. Nana is just coming. We'll soon know if he is a good politician.
Some reactions from people in Accra, and we are going to have a look at the results. 53.8%, 44.5 or thereabout, and the other candidates altogether, they even pull up to 1% of the total votes cast. And surprisingly, the rejected votes also increased in number as against what happened in the year 2012. I'll start with you, Audu Sani. Looking at the results, compare it to 2012, you realize that your party won 8 of the regions. This time, it was just 4 out of 10. What happened? Can you just give us a brief analysis of the results and probably give some reasons as to what?
Basically, the reasons for the distant defeat in the election, boils down to apathy by our members. Because if you look at the results, you could see that Nana Akufo-Addo's numbers are about the same to what he had in 2012. But if you look at His Excellency John Dramani's number, you will see that the numbers had dropped from 5 million to 4 million. So in a quick distance, you could see that rather NDC dropped numbers, but
why didn't your people vote?
Well, that comes down to a lot of factors. Currently, we are looking at the reasons because we have to sit down and make our analysis and then arrive to the very reasons why.
Maybe quickly before we move on, I want to find out, even before the results were declared, last time when we were here, we had that the central region had fallen to the NPP,
yes,
and a mirror of what happened in 2012. It's now almost 17, almost 18 seats, 19 seats out of the 23.
Yes.
Previously, it was the reverse, kind of, 16 and 7. Why that drastic change?
Well, in fact...
could that be due to apathy as well?
Yeah, because some of the reasons, actually, I would say, is beyond our comprehension, because considering the fact that as a government in power, we did a lot for the people. So we expected in return for them to sustain us in power. But unfortunately, that was not the case. If that was not the case, then we have to ask ourselves what happened. We really have to sit down, analyze the situation.
So you're doing an introspection now?
We are seriously doing it.
How do you understand the figures? You've had time to look at it now.
In fact, looking at the results we had, the difference you have here, you have 4, regions, and the other side, 6, of course, will have gone to the NPP side, particularly Greater Accra. That starts telling you that there is something that, you see, it swerved to the NPP side. Initially, I think there is that misconception that Ghanaians belong to political parties. Whatever you do to them, they are key into parties. But from the result we are seeing with the regions changing, that is telling us that Ghanaians are voting on issues. Now, if you look at the NDC, throughout the 4 years under President Mahama, the challenge they were not realizing is there are so many issues like the car from Burkina. There are so many issues that are arising. Remember, Ghanaians are struggling with life. Yes, construction work are going on. But people start believing that the party is not genuine. In the sense that, yes, you are building, but people are hungry. Cost of living is rising.
Okay.
And you have a situation where the very people, you see, we are borrowing to engage in activities. As we are doing the borrowing, internally, there's this issue of taxing people so that we can sustain the economy. I mean, in terms of paying salaries and so on. Well, the very people you are taxing actually most of them don't have job. So the little they have got, you are mopping it up. Then there's again the challenge of when they go to get the services from the Centrum, the government voice officially is free. But when people go to get these services, they are charged. So there is that pains within. And here today you hear something missing, like we heard about the bus branding. You heard about the car from Burkina. So as this is going on...
Andy, what Kofi is saying, is that what won you the elections or something else might have done that?
Partly true, but I think that it's not a whole, it's in part. What it is that clearly NPP went into this election with a clear message. NDC came into the election with a clear fanfare. Now Ghanaians looked at which option they wanted to go with, whether they were full of fanfare or they wanted substance. So it was substance that won the day. Now let me give you a classic example of substance and message. Whilst we were on the campaign platform talking about policies, how we're going to create districts, factories in those districts, while we're going to boost agriculture with dams in villages, the NDC were on rampage, ridiculing those kind of message. But if you were a person, if you look at the northern region, for instance, where we took 14 out of the should I say 30 seats. Now, what the clear message, the areas that we took the seats are the areas that they are clearly desperately looking for dams to do the irrigation. So what it is that Ghanaians do not necessarily want you to come and, as it were, do fanfare, NDC, Ababa say, NDC, Ababa say, NDC, you say both. No, that's not what Ghanaians were looking for. Ghanaians were clear in their thoughts. But I agree also with Kofi when he says that Ghanaians are not aligned hook, line, and sinker to political accelerations and affiliations. Ghanaians are now becoming savvy. They are looking at the pragmatic issues that are on the table. They are comparing a clear competence against incompetence. They are comparing clear anti-corruption against a corrupt government. So they have two candidates.
I pose the question, and let me find out what Nee thinks. He's joined us on the line. Hello, Nee.
Hello.
Yes, what do you think?
Well, basically, I just think that Ghanaians have finally spoken. They're sick and tired of all the malpractices that have been going on for quite a while now. And personally, I think the electorate have spoken, and it's about time that Ghana experiences a change. We just need a change of government. We need a fresh pair of eyes to come in and look at things from a different perspective, and hopefully do what is right for the people of Ghana. I think we've all had enough of the NDC government. They should just sit in the back seat and just let them be shown how it's done.
Now, let me ask Neil, let me ask this question, and it would go to gentlemen in the studio as well. Were people kind of fed up with the NDC, not President Mahama, or they didn't like anything and everything about the NDC?
Personally, just so you know, I am not an NDC supporter. I've never been a fan of the NDC, but I kind of liked Mahama in a way. I thought he was a decent guy. He was a very good communicator, and I think his heart is in the right place. But, big but, I think he surrounded himself with a lot of incompetent people. People who did not, first of all, lacked experience,
right?
And people who were in government for what they could get and what they could grab. But so to answer your question, my dislike was not, to President Mahama per se. It was the NDC in general. But unfortunately, because he was the face of the NDC and he was the the scapegoat, or so to speak, he was basically the face of the NDC.
Okay, all right. So I think I get your point.
So our blame goes to him.
Thank you very much, Nee, for that. Let me find out from you. If you look at the Volta region, for instance, that is touted as the World Bank of the NDC, the voter turnout was less than 50%, as against the national average of between 65 and 68%.
Yes.
Apathy? Are the people fed up with the NDC? Or the usual thinking and suspicion that people come across the border to vote for the NDC?
No, there are myriad of reasons, and some of the culprits in this are the district chief executives, the MPs, the ministers from that particular region. Mm. Most of those who were voted out, particularly the MPs, if you look at their record vis-a-vis the relationship between them and their constituents, you will see that it's not something to write home about.
But then the party know about these things before they elected them
to represent. Was very united.
I don't think that the focus of the party was on them in that direction. So, as I told you, there are myriad of reasons why these things happen, and we are looking into it. I'm telling you, and I can guarantee you, we are coming back with full force. And to comment on what said that he underlined the sentence, and let them be shown how it's done. It has not been done yet. Nana has just taken power. He has not shown us...
He has not even assumed power yet.
He has not even assumed power yet. He has not shown us anything yet. So no one can tell us that he can do it. He must do it for us to see. Then we can talk about it. Because it has been the case with everybody. So nobody can sit down and tell us that Nana can do it. Because we are not going to have all the ministers as Nana. He's not going to be duplicating himself. If you are talking about his integrity, he's not going to duplicate himself.
That brings me to the question I was going to pose to Kofi, and later on look at what Nana is bringing on board. But let me go on to the phone and pick up Frimpong. Frimpong, I understand, is gone. Well, my namesake. Come back and talk. Now, the face of the NDC, as Nee pointed out, was John Mahama. But you realize that you had General Siedin Ketia, the General Secretary of the party, the Minister for Communications, Omane Boama, the Deputy General Secretary, Koku Anyidoho, and a host of other people, even the Vice Presidential candidate, Mr. Arthur, all heralding the NDC campaign. Were these people distractors rather than contributors to the success of the party?
But I can't just say they are distractors. They did exactly what the party intended to do. The question is, what was the party doing?
Okay.
The party throughout the campaign, if you observe them very carefully, what they are saying, they are not telling Ghanaians of something new. They are telling Ghanaians the same thing, that they are successful. So it's like this is the best we can do. We are doing it. So give us another 4 more years. That actually is not reflected in the realities of Ghanaians. That are we going to go to another 4 years this way, And that's a question most people are not ready to answer. So what Ghanaians then somehow were able to understand is that, look, if we have to continue this way, it's about hope. But this hope is not real. So then the solution to that is to look, they said, the devil you know is better than the angel. So in this case, they then look, because if you look at the principles of the NDC, it's supposed to be people-oriented government of accountability. That was the cornerstone on which the party was formed. So if you are expecting any party to come and make their laws work, and I think the problem has to do with the law, and more importantly, I think we need to all find a way of redefining our conception, what we understand to be the role of a member of parliament. Because the president has a role to play, the executive. Ghana, we run a unitary system in a way.
Now, so, let me look at the NPP from the same lenses. The person leading, the people that heralded the campaign. But before then, let me find out what Jeff thinks. Hello, Jeff.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I just wanted to contribute as well. And I think I'm not a supporter of MPP or NDC or anything.
No, you don't necessarily have to tell us where you belong. Let's look at the situation in Ghana.
NDC's defeat down.
Yes.
There's a cloud that is hanging on NDC about the death of Atamils.
Again.
And Indom was pounding on it. And I think that caused them because they have not explained to Ghanaians what happened to Atamils. That is why the whole of the central region voted for the opposition. I think that's what is the problem. Nobody told Ghanaians what actually happened to Atamils. And I think that they were punished for that because Indom punished them. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Andy, did people look at the person of Nana Addo, or rather looked at the message instead of a messenger?
Well, it's a combination of things. One, the candidate Nana Addo had, don't forget, was contesting for his third time. On his first account in 2008, there was a serious campaign waged about his arrogance, his attitude towards people, his golden spoon approach, has never tasted poverty. There was a very crafty, successful campaign way to make him look like a caricature who had nothing to offer Ghanaians, and it worked. In 2012, the next campaign of the NDC was that this is the person who wants to plunge the nation into turmoil, into war. You remember the case of the or die be die. It was a main campaign message. It took the airspace. So by that time, we went to Supreme Court. The Ghanaians watch it on TV. Everybody saw 27-0. Now, if you go to Ghana and you ask them, the question every Ghanaian voter knows is 27-0. 27-0 is when Afarajan had been asked what the figure 270 was, and he has said that he can see as 27-0. Despite that, he did not call for war. He said he disagreed with Supreme Court, but he accepted it. So the Ghanaian had accepted that the campaign that was waged in 2008, in 2012, does not reflect the man of whom they have kind of caricaturized, as it were, if that's the English to go by. That was the first one. And the second part, that really, as it were, put the nail in the coffin, or should I say, broke the camel's back, was the exact thing the candidate Akufo-Addo said he was going to do, that the NDC had consistently said that it was not possible, for instance, free SHS. The Ghanaian was told that this was not possible, it can't happen. Then they take power in 2012, and in their first budget, they said that by the next quarter, they're going to implement free SHS. People went, hey. But then it wasn't implemented. Then even the little that teacher training colleges had, the teachers had, nurses were taken away from them. So coming 2016, when Akufo-Addo was talking about moving Ghana to the next level about infrastructure development, about villages and dams, about constituency and districts and factories, and the NDC went on campaign that was not possible. The Ghanaian thought that, hold on a minute, you can't insult our intelligence. So you hold on a
minute. Let me, for a minute, have a chat with Fatai on the line. Fatai, hello.
Yeah, hello, Kweku.
Yes.
Yeah, how are you? And greetings to your panel.
Well, hi to you.
Yeah, it's really interesting election and the results this time, meaning the changes is really very important. That shows the democracy. And also the people of Ghana also spoken. Apart from that, I think Ghanaians need to know the kind of factories.
Well, Fatah, if you could get to your point quickly, because I need to go on a break now.
Yeah, Ghanaians need to know the kind of factories. What are they going to produce? And also, where exactly the factories are going to be
located.
Built. And secondly, the dam that is going to be
so in effect, just for the sake of time, in effect, you want the president-elect to show us how he's going to do what he has promised.
Yeah, how he's going to do, and then where is going to
happen. All right, Fatai, it's unfortunate I need to rush you. Sorry about that, but I need to take this break now. When we come back, we hear from Nana Akufo-Addo, and we're still discussing Ghana's elections 2016. Focus on Ghana returns shortly.